Hello and welcome to Moobies Bread Shop, where we talk about all things WoW Classic, and of course, bread. Enjoy your stay! Now you've come to one of the tougher bosses in Naxx, the legendary 4 Horsepeople. This boss consists of 4 mobs: Baron Rivendare, Thane Korthas, Sir Zeliek, and Lady Blammo. Let's get into it! Each horse person has one main ability and a mark. The marks are the difficult mechanic in this fight. We'll go over them in a minute. Baron Rivendare will melee and cast Unholy Shadow. This deals 4 to 6k shadow damage to his primary aggro target and applies a dot that does 12k shadow damage over 8 seconds. Thane Korthas will also melee and cast Meteor, which does 50 to 60k fire damage split between all players in an 8-yard radius. Sir Zeliek will cast Holy Bolt on his primary aggro target and also cast Holy Wrath, which is a chain lightning that does more damage the more players it jumps to. It can jump to anyone within 10 yards. Lady Blammo will cast Shadow Bolt on her primary aggro target and also place Void Zones on the ground at a random raid member's location, so watch your feet. The marks are all the same, except for the intervals in which they're cast. Each boss will cast their mark at the 24-second mark of the fight, and then Baron and Thane will cast theirs every 12 seconds, Zeliek and Blammo will cast theirs every 15 seconds. These stack indefinitely and will do increasing damage the more stacks you get. If there is no one in range for the mark to be applied, the mob will do a raid-wide AoE that will wipe your raid. Now let's talk about how to handle those nasty marks. Strategy time. When you enter the room, the 4 horse persons will be standing on the center platform of the room. As you engage them, they will each run to their respective corners. There are many different ways to do this fight, but in this video, we'll focus on the strat our guild will use for progression. As you get more comfortable and get more gear, you can up the ante for yourselves. The raid will pull Thane Korthas and Baron Rivendare together and stack on top of the tanks. You'll send 1 healer and 1 DPS to the back of the room to take the caster marks. Let's take the front first. You'll pop Bloodlust and all healing cooldowns here, and burn down Thane Korthas as fast as possible. Once he's dead, Baron is next. Burn Baron down. If the damage gets too high, have raid members step away from the boss and let the mark fall off. Come back in and kill this boss. In the back, the healer and DPS will stand close enough to each other so that they can heal, but far enough away that they're not taking both marks. This is usually best done by a higher class gear, mail or leather wearers, shaman, hunters, shadow priest even for the 15% damage reduction of shadow form, but really it can be done by any ranged DPS. At 3 marks, the healer and DPS will swap spots and do damage to their respective boss to pick up the threat. These bosses are stationary, so no need to really worry about the threat table, just do 1 piece of damage and they'll start targeting you. Once Thane and Baron are dead, the raid will go to Lady Blammo next and take her out watching for void zones on the floor. You can send a few ranged DPS to work on Zeliek at this time, but make sure they're spread out and watching for chain lightning. Once she's dead, finish off Zeliek, but make sure you're not getting hit by that chain lightning. It'll hurt. This is the fight that gets easier the further into it you get. Make it past Baron and Thane and you'll likely have a kill, but don't get complacent. Watch your feet for the void zones and spread out for chain lightning. Now you've finished the military quarter. Congratulations! That's all there is to it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by the bread shop. See you next time.